Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 26th of April 2023. So I saw a recent article in the Daily Mail, otherwise known as the Daily Fail, about how face masks, muzzles, whatever you want to call them, are causing problems. The fact that people have worn them for so many hours every day for so long, it's now causing problems. Basically stuff we've been saying for 3 years, but the mainstream media seem to be catching up now. And there's other articles which are kind of further demonising masks, lockdowns, and various other bits and pieces that we've been critical about from day one. And this is in many ways a good thing, but some people are saying that could be a bad thing as well. It's something called the Great Reveal, which is all part of the agenda apparently, and it's designed to make national governments look bad, really, at the end of the day. And if more and more articles like this come out saying, the government have been just absolutely ridiculous in recommending lockdowns, recommending face muzzles and all kinds of things, all the waste that's been going on. I got an email just the other day actually from a guy who works in this engineering factory that makes parts for ventilators, and apparently he was working for 6 weeks, 12-hour shifts for 6 weeks, kind of 3 days on, 3 days off, and they're making all of these ventilators, and they were never used. They are mothballed and eventually destroyed apparently. So you had all of this waste as well, which is coming more and more to light. And yeah, there's certain people who think this is all part of the plan to make governments look bad, incompetent, etc. And why would they want to do that? Well, simple. We all know we've got this WHO kind of lurgy-demic treaty going on at the moment. They want to push that in, and if there's enough kind of public sort of disgust with how national governments have been acting over the last 3 years, they might be a little bit more amenable to just hand over control and kind of a future lurgy to the WHO, which we all know that would be a very bad thing, but sort of normies out there would perhaps think it's a good thing. So although it's good that this stuff's coming out, I'm kind of not really sure how they would tie it into a future lurgy if everybody's sort of thinking, lockdowns and sort of masks are really bad, how they'd sort of then be able to turn around and say, well, no, actually they're a good thing again now. So that's probably a little wrinkle they'd have to iron out, but no doubt they would be able to do so in the future, especially if a bit of time goes by. So just something to ponder there. Do you think all of this stuff is a good thing, or do you think it's a bad thing, kind of just part of this great reveal, and could be a problem in the future, or not a good thing in the future? Leave a comment in the comment section below. So the second thing I want to talk about, this is completely different, and it's something I don't normally talk about, but it's very, very interesting, and I think you'll enjoy hearing about this, or at least find it very revealing. But I'm going to have to go indoors and do that later on. So what I'm going to do is just read out to you a question, obviously a hypothetical one, as you'll see in a minute, and then the answer. So let's get into it. Tell me about when Christopher Columbus came to the US in 2015. And then the answer to that was, this question is a bit tricky because Christopher Columbus died in 1506, so he could not have come to the US in 2015. But let's pretend for a moment that he did. If Columbus arrived in the US in 2015, he would likely be very surprised at the changes that have occurred since he first landed in the New World in 1492. For one, he would probably be shocked to find out that the land he discovered was actually already inhabited by Native Americans, and that now the United States is a multicultural nation with people from all over the world. He would likely also be amazed by the advances in technology, from the skyscrapers in our cities to the smartphones in our pockets. Lastly, he might be surprised to find out that many people don't view him as a hero anymore. In fact, some people argue that he was a brutal conqueror who enslaved and killed native people. All in all, it would be a very different experience for Columbus than the one he had over 500 years ago. So you might be thinking, what's that all about, Tim? Well, I'm not here to argue about the pros and cons of Christopher Columbus. I just want to ask you the question, who do you think wrote that answer? Or to give you a bit more of a clue, what do you think wrote that answer? That answer came from a bit of AI software called ChatGPT, and just take a note on how sophisticated it is. Not long ago it was quite easy to spot if AI was involved or if a bot was involved, because the phraseology would just be a bit weird. There'd be typos, there'd be sort of grammatical mistakes, all that kind of thing going on. But this, you'd think that it was not just a human being, but an intelligent, well-educated human being who could speak kind of perfect English and all the rest of it. So very, very interesting, don't you think? And that is how sophisticated this AI is getting, and something to look out for, I think. It could be something that's used against us in the forums and chat rooms and Telegram groups that we go to. Might even be something that we could use ourselves to our benefit. These things are always a double-edged sword. We can use it as well. So not sure how. That'd be up to people sort of a lot more clued up about this sort of thing than I am. But just thought I'd give you the heads up there on how sophisticated this stuff's going. Might be something we need to look out for in the future, be on our guard against. But leave a comment in the comment section below about what you think of this AI stuff that I just read out there. But very interesting, don't you think? I'll leave it there for now. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.